12 plus 5 is 17.
17 hits. So this warbly mass of chaotic energy from where your angle is hits its leg. So roll 2d8 plus 1d6.
Five for fire damage.
So 6 points of damage. Plus an additional 1. Alright, so it crashes into its leg. More stone flies out in a little burst of flame. Anything else?
No, not at this time. The only other option I have, and of course it takes 1 action, so no.
Alright. Mountain, your turn.
He's going to hit the thing.
I'm surprised. Attack with advantage.
Isn't being prone give him more damage? Or, no, just gives you damage.
Yeah, which he already has. You can get a nice little pie-shaped chunk out of its arm. Anything else?
Other than the +2 damage from being angry. No.
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. Alright, the Minotaur's turn. The only thing it can do, because it's incapacitated, is try to make a wisdom saving throw to get off of this laughter. And it does not make it, so it continues to find the entire thing hilarious somehow. Yuna, your turn.
She is going to cast Sacred Flame on it. And this is DC 14 Dex save.
It does not make it. The Sacred Flame hits.
2 radiant damage.
Pretty fire on top of all the other pretty things. You were just making this the prettiest monster ever. The fire from the Sacred Flame actually reflects in the marble dust. So it makes like a sort of northern lights effect over it.
That's pretty cool.
Anything else?
No, that's all for her.
Maria?
Well, I've already burned a spell slot for nothing. She's pretty salty about that. Yeah, so I'll just cast first level Witch Bolt.
Oh, nat 20 hits, obviously. So
Sweet.
once again, the lightning shoots out. This time it slams into it, and a big chunk is taken out of its... Let's see, where are you aiming there? He's right there, about there. So right around its crotch. Knocked off its stone penis. What's your damage?
Chop his dick off.
Wow!
Just straight up chopped his dick off.
That's right.
I mean, lightning does tend to strike the top thing, and he's lying down.
That's
so.
right. Sticking straight up
Are
there.
you saying he was excited for combat?
It was around despite danger, and now it's gone.
He was carved that way.
Yeah, no, the dick thing was supposed to be out of character feature. God, that makes it funnier if he actually did.
2d12, except that, again, it doesn't do quite as much damage as you feel like it should have.
I'm guessing because...
It's resistant to lightning damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still,
holy crap.
it is now dickless, so at least there's that.
I need to breathe!
And the lightning is still hitting exactly that same spot, so I don't know what kind of picture that's going to send to people, but...
Mountain seems slightly disappointed.
It's like Thor's hammer, but just 10 times worse.
Terpsichora.
I'm having trouble keeping my composure right now.
So would this be like the male version of that little scene in Scott Pilgrim where he punches the girl in the boob? You shot me in the dick! What the hell?
Mountain is also slightly concerned.
That lightning's real close.
I can imagine his body hair, of which he has a lot, mind you. In fact, he's gotten fuzzier over the past several days. Is like all standing on end.
He looks like a pink-colored Bichon, very angry Bichon freeze.
No!
I think I've just broken Lady V.
Right.
Now you've broken me, though.
Terps casts Healing Word on Mountain for 4 points of healing. So Mountain, you feel slightly better.
I doubt he notices, but he'll appreciate it later.
Jim
wonders if someone's going to make a comment about this as he goes over to beat a suspect that's laying on the ground. Look, this isn't normally the sort of thing I have to do, but you are an evil Minotaur thing.
And the Minotaur goes... That was my stone Minotaur laugh. You're welcome.
Popping Blade Song, just in case. Doing a main hand swing, then an offhand swing.
15 just hits, 16 also hits.
Since it's advantage, because I'm within 5 feet, I'll roll again, just in case I get those crits.
Good call. And there's a crit.
We don't really know which one, because of how I rolled it, so I'll let you decide.
Well, according to this, the 3 came first, so the 20 was your the short sword. Also, I just discovered, because I scrolled down slightly, that and Jim, because you would have seen this happen before, I'll give you the option of reversing what you just did if you don't want to take this chance. Mountain, the first time you attacked, since that was so long ago, we won't count it, but this time, when you hit it, stone shards flew out and kind of hit you with them. It pierced your skin, and you took 13 points of damage halved, so 6 points of damage from that. Jim, you would have seen shards of stone fly off from the statue and hit Mountain when he attacked with a weapon. Does that change what you just did? Hi, Simmy. Goodbye.
Yeah, it would. He would have used a spell instead.
Alright. We'll let you keep the same rolls. I'll even let you keep the crit. Alright, so you do the chromatic orb instead. Move yourself to where you were instead of moving up to him?
I would have moved up to him anyways in order to not have disadvantage.
Ah, okay.
Hitting it with a spell caused the stone shards as well? Well, I have hit it with spells before.
That's true, and you did not notice the same sort of spraying stone thing when it got hit by spells before. Good call. The stone, or the spells more created powder than shards, but it was hitting it with the Sharpie thing that kind of created shards.
Well, picturing Falling Mountain drawing a dick on the guy's face with a giant Sharpie. Alright, and that's my turn.
Alright, Lady V.
V searches her body and looks to her arms again. From there, her rapier will extend from her arm, and she'll take a full charge of running directly to the Minotaur, and a little bit of a show-offness, take a little leap, and just stab directly at the neck and chin, and underneath the chin of the Minotaur to see if she can get a hit in.
She's gonna feel a little zappy.
Yeah, now you will have noticed, if this changes your mind, like I just mentioned to Jim, that when Mountain hit it with a sharp object, shards of stone shot out. It like created shards of stone that like hit Mountain and created some blood on his legs and chest and area when they shot out. So you may deduce from that hitting it with a sharp item may create stones that come back and fly at you.
Would those stones create damage if they were coming back?
Well, Mountain is bleeding from them, so it seems that way.
Yes, but also this Minotaur was created from blood.
Well, it's up to you. I just wanted, because that is something that you would have noticed. I am letting you know before you make your move. You can still do the move, of course.
Okay, wait, actually, hold on. Sorry, I just remembered something that we talked about, and now I'm having to rethink everything because, oh dear God, it's rage. Son, under her page, are you also able to see the lightning launcher?
Yep.
Okay, good. She's trying to think. She's trying to, without really much thought happening, Lady V is going to cast, under her infiltrator armor, a lightning launcher directly at the Minotaur.
So as you guys are fighting this thing, suddenly a burst of lightning just shoots out from the center of V's body and slams into the creature, possibly depending upon your attack roll. So Mountain and Elric get a first-hand view of this light that suddenly bursts from the center of V's torso.
First roll is a 16 plus 5, so that would be a 21. Second one is a 3 plus 5, so that's an 8.
Alright, well the first one hits, so light shoots out from your torso and hits it. And kind of like Maria, you note it doesn't seem to do quite as much damage as you may have thought it was going to do. But it does take off a chunk of stone and a bit of a poof of dust.
After that, she's just going to be standing there because, well, yeah, that's as much as she can do in this turn.
You and a beam. I like that. Mountain, your turn.
Yeah, we all know what he's doing.
Whoops. Terrible. It hits. So 6 plus
Mountain,
2.
wait, don't cut it!
So you take another swing and it takes a chunk out and more shards shoot out to you, but just a little bit of a shards hit, kind of poke out and hit you in the shin. You only take 1 point of damage. It was 3 but halved to 1.
Mountain does not appear to give a shit.
And then it's the Minotaur's turn. What's the DC? Never mind, there it is, 13. He just barely makes it. So he finally stops laughing. But unfortunately, the wisdom save comes at the end of his turn, which means it's now Yuna's turn.
She's going to run over to this thing, jump on it, and stab it with a guiding bolt.
All right.
Mechanically meaning she's going to move up to it and cast guiding bolt at point blank. Okay, so now 4d6 radiant damage, which
Oh, wow.
in D&D Beyond and on. Oh wow,
Nice.
that's some good damage.
That's really nice. All right, it's not any particular kind.
Radiant
So
damage.
Yep.
No, yeah, radiant damage. So yeah, she runs up to this thing, jumps on it, on its legs while shouting, "Uktok!" And a spear of light manifests in her hands, and she plunges it into this thing's chest.
And it takes out a huge chunk of the chest. I mean, it's like the entire cavity is hollowed out. And a big plume of dust flies into the air. Anything else?
No, that's all for her.
All right. Clove, please don't play with the dice. That's for me to do. Maria. You still got your witch bolt going. You're just going to roll it?
Yep, she is focused on this. And so just another 1d12.
Yep. Damn.
Nice.
And again, a huge powder of dust. A powder of dust. That made a lot of sense. Big cloud of dust poofs into the air. Anything else?
No, just, she's actually not being too loud right now. Now she's just concentrating.
Terps.
She's gonna go back to centaur form. She's going to rear up and strike at him with her hooves. And is he considered a large creature?
It is considered a large creature, yes.
Okay, never mind, she'll whack it with a quarterstaff.
Alright, so you smack it with the staff, and it takes a gouge out of it, but much like with Mountain's axes, shards of stone come flying back at you. And you actually take, well, that's a 9, 15 points of piercing damage from the shards.
Did you say 15?
Yes.
Shite.
Well, if anybody but Mountain had been hitting it or been hit by it all this time, it'd be taking a lot more damage. But Mountain's been taking half damage because of the rage. Anything else, Terps?
Oh, sure. Said blunt weapons cause it too. Some sharp ones.
Jim, your turn.
So Jim has noticed the Minotaur is no longer laughing, which means one of two likely scenarios. One, they've managed to kill it. Don't think so. Or two, something else is about to happen, and he wants to be at range when it does. So first, he's going to give it one last chromatic orb at level 1.
Still at advantage. That was hit.
Alright. And then he's going to back off.
Alright. He swipes at you as you back or move away, but misses completely.
And that's my turn.
Lady V.
So what she wants to do is be able to bring up cantrip and produce flame and just throw that hunk of little flame ball directly into the Minotaur's face. Try to do enough damage before she's able to move back about 10-15 feet. First roll is a 12 with advantage, or no, with the +5 DC. Okay, let me re-roll that one because it fell out of the tray. Second one, oh jeez. 18 plus 5 is 23.
Well, that hits.
Can't get some damn damage.
So you hurl the fire as you're backing away, and it kind of glances off its shoulder. Leaves a scorch mark and some dust. Anything else?
That will be it.
Mountain.
I'm gonna think for a moment about doing something other than just hitting it.
Oh,
I don't think he really has anything he can do, however, other than hit it. No, he's just gonna hit it. +2.
Alright, that hits. Roll damage. Alright, once again you slam into it, and once again shards shoot back. You take 7 points of damage halved, so you take 3 points of damage from them. The Minotaur is looking mighty rough. Looks like it's more dust than it is actual stone at this point. But it stands up, kind of wobbling a little because a lot of its legs are kind of hacked up. And it backs up and it gores at Mountain. 26. He gores you with the horn off its head, obviously, for 8 points of damage, half to 4. So it reaches back and again slams you with the horn, and it goes right through your shoulder, other shoulder, and comes back out, and you barely even feel it. And then it swings again with the axe. That's a 19. And it gives 22 points of damage, half to 11.
Okay, no, it's not so good.
I kind of like it's just frustrating, just because it's like trying to figure out what will actually do enough damage. Like, does the Minotaur look hurt in any way, or just?
Oh yeah, it's looking very hurt. It's like I said, it looks like it's more powder than stone at this point. It's on its feet, but it's wavering because its legs have been chopped into smaller chunks, and there's big gouges all out of its body and legs, and of course it has no penis. So, but Maria's witch bolt is shooting right into that spot. Now that it's standing, it's a very interesting effect.
This poor Minotaur thought that he would be able to get some relief from said lightning, but no, it instead moved directly to its ass, and it's getting a bit of a laser removal surgery.
Yeah, I can see Lady V finding this kind of therapeutic.
The fact that she's beating the snot out of him and being able to at least do that, it is so therapeutic, but she's still just like, You
know what? She's looking at Maria, zapping this thing in the dick, and she's putting Thomas Edison's face on it. I don't know why this amuses me so much, but...
Wait, she's looking at Maria and what?
She's looking at Maria, and then she's looking at how the lightning bolt is zapping off the Minotaur's dick, and she's putting Thomas Edison's face on the head of the Minotaur.
You know, she probably would.
Mountain is making a point to never irritate some members of the party.
I was just... It doesn't... Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, this isn't even V just absolutely furious. This is just her just in semi-serious way venting.
Mountain would like to keep his dick.
He has to bring that up to Maria.
They're pretty annoying.
He has to bring his dick up to Maria.
No!
You said it!
No, I did not!
Oh, shame.
He has to politely ask Maria, may or may I not keep my dick? You gotta be forward and you gotta be polite because you don't know what would happen. You never know.
He's not going to be forward. That is the exact opposite of what he wants to be right now.
Now, you see, this is just Maria being young and angry.
Yuna's turn.
She's gonna use inflict wounds on this thing.
Ooh. Oh, that looked like I was going to 20 for a moment.
Are you kidding?
Wow.
Does the 8 hit?
The 8 does not hit, alas.
The only time you ever bothered trying inflict wounds.
You reach forward to inflict wounds, but just the idea of it's kind of different from what you normally do, and you kind of do it for the first time kind of hesitantly, and it doesn't seem to have much effect, if at all. But you do now have dust on your hands, so there's that.
Oh, damn it. That's it for her turn.
And top of the round, Maria. Alright, a little more pulse of electricity, a little bit more dust, but doesn't really seem to... You're distracted by V. Your beam kind of goes off to the side and just kind of is clipping off its arm right now instead of doing any real damage. Terps.
We'll break off your neck. So she's going to step back first of all.
And he's going to swing at you as you're stepping back.
Okay.
17 hit.
Her armor class is 17, so yeah.
Alright. So he kind of swings at you with his axe as you step away. Doing... I think so, yeah, 11 points of damage. Cuts into your flank.
Yeah, Terps is noping the fuck out.
Yeah, we get, she's going to pull out the bloody bagpipes and start playing, first of all, for herself.
Ooh, using the bloody bagpipes.
Well, it's plus half her level, so plus 1. Yeah, let's see. Bardic Inspiration's bonus action, right?
Yes.
Yay, Terps is slightly less dead.
He's going to cast Bardic Inspiration on Mountain.
Mountain has inspiration.
I forget what that does.
It means you get an extra, what is it, 1d4?
D6.
1d6 to add to an attack roll or a save.
Or ability check.
Or ability check. Is it a save also?
Let's see.
Where's our inspiration? Alright, here we go. For 10 minutes, you can add to ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. You can add it after seeing the roll. So you can attack, and then if you don't think the attack's good enough, you can roll an extra 1d6 to add to it. Or save, or ability check, whatever. Elric!
Jim frowns. Mountain is stemming blow after blow after blow, but even after enough hits, even mountains will crumble. Jim debates, can he get the creature's attention? Give his buddy some breathing room? Doubtful. The thing's been attacking Mountain the whole time. It's not even necessarily a creature. It might be some form of machine that just attacks whatever it sees first. I guess best bet is to hit it. Though, just in case, he'll rush forward so he's the immediate target between it and Terps. And use up his last second level spell for a Chromatic Orb of the Thunder variety.
It's still with advantage, because he's still got the Fairy Fire. Which is good, because that would not have worked. 8 plus what? 5? So you fire out the Chromatic Orb, and it passes right through a gaping hole in the thing's body and hits the wall on the other side. It would have been a good shot had it not been almost dead.
It's sort of reflex aim, center of mass.
You get 2 points.
Hello, my turn.
Lady V.
How close to almost dead?
Well, it's looking very shambly. It looks like it's ready to collapse after just well, it depends upon the blow.
Well, from her distance, and I don't want to waste another spell here. She is going to do another action since she's in range of this. She's going to do another Infiltrator Armor of Lightning Launcher directly at the Minotaur.
Okay.
Alright, so first roll. Kitty, please get your head out of the way. Thank you.
Yeah, yell, Special Beam Cannon!
First roll plus the 5 is a 16. Second roll, it's a 19 plus the 5 equals a 24.
Kablow!
Do your damage. Alright, so the shoots out and hits it, but as before, it doesn't seem to do as much damage as maybe you thought it would.
No! God damn it!
But it does take a nice chunk out of its side. So now the hole where Elric just shot his orb through, you've taken out the piece of the side there, so now it's no longer an orb. He's got like a big giant C in his body. Anything else?
I'm double checking. Hold on 1 second. No, sadly not.
Mountain.
Going to hit the thing! The best defense is a good offense!
Well, you do seem to have offended it, so...
Oh, it is so offended. Although, really, you think that having its dick blown off would have, Although, does the statue really care? But anyway.
Pink dice. Go ahead and roll again, even though that hit, to see if you crit.
Come on, do it!
Yeah. Well, it still hits, so damage. And when you hit, you get more shards. It does 11 points of damage to you, halved to 5. Alright, where are you at health right now?
Not great. 4.
Okay, and that's 4 after you take off that 5?
Yes.
Alright. So you swing out with the axe, you take out another chunk. Please expand upon exactly how you finish it off.
Yay!
Well, I would imagine it would be a great big overhand cleave of just shatter, please, before I die.
So you just rear back, both hands, you just slam into it, right in that spot where the it has the C in the body. You just slam right in the part where the body's still connected. The whole thing goes, shards fly into your face, and the whole body just slowly crumbles until there's just a pile of sand with jagged rocks sticking out, and dust is in the air.
Snaps and crackles of lightning.
And you hear a click behind you.
Was that the...
Yuna,
Yuna's gonna go over the chest.
No, Yuna, take care of Mountain. Terps, you good?
Terps will play the bagpipe for Mountain.
Yuna's gonna look between the chest and Mountain, and she's gonna go over to Mountain and use a healer's kit on him.
Mountain gets 5 points back from the bagpipes.
It's playing a lovely song on the bagpipes.
She's doing her river dance. Okay, it's real bagpipes. Yes, it's Scottish music. It's Scottish bagpipe music.
Bagpipes are not meant to be used indoors in a room.
Too bad.
That's a little loud.
Good echo chamber.
In the meantime, when everyone moves, V does go towards the chest and just looks at it and leans in over it, but doesn't exactly touch it.
It still
okay.
looks the same.
I didn't even write down the healer's kits that she has. I know she has at least one. But, yeah, she's gonna... Still looking back and forth between Mountain and the chest, she's going to use 2 uses of a healer's kit to heal him for 3 hit points, and she'll cast Healing Word on him using a 2nd level spell slot. I don't know if that rolled or not.
It did.
7
7 points.
Jeez. Well, 7 points healed to Mountain, along with the other 3.
So 10, so 15 points healed between you and Terps.
How are you feeling? Should probably rest for a bit after that one. Is anybody else? Oh gods, Terps! She's gonna go over to Terps and do the exact same thing. So 2 uses of a healer's kit and Healing Word in a 2nd level slot. Hopefully healing more than the last one did.
Well, that was much nicer.
Oh yeah.
Maria's, gonna help, like, kinda, I don't know, put a bandage on it or wipe it off, or... Cause there's a lot of Terps.
Yeah.
Like corresponds to cannot lie.
12 to Terps plus another 3 from the healer kit thing. Then Yuna's gonna walk over to the chest again. Did anybody else get hurt?
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm fine.
V is still leaning over the chest, even as Yuna's coming over. It almost looks like she's trying to reach a hand out to try and open it.
Yuna's just gonna kneel down and open it.
It opens, and inside is just a spear. It is pitch black. It is so black that it is hard to see it. It is blacker than Black 3.0.
Yuna's gonna reach down and grab it.
Yeah.
Spear is in there, and it looks like a basic spear, but it's just so black, and it's just pulsing with that power. You pick it up, and you can just feel the power. And of course, you've already seen this because I accidentally put it in your character sheet 2 weeks ago. But
I have no idea what you're talking about.
of course you don't.
So, Yuna, that looks kinda super fucking Anish Kapoor level evil, am I right? Because, yeah, I'm sure
It does not.
I'm sure they would know about it.
It does not feel evil. It just feels divine.
Tamamnep is the god of darkness. Darkness isn't inherently evil.
No, your boy Blonsomdi's pretty tight. He is now curious and moves in for a closer look.
Yuna's gonna cast light on her shield hand and try to hold the light up to the spear to get a better look at it.
The light seems to be absorbed by the dark. It's not affected by it. You don't see any more detail on it.
So since you let the cat out of the bag, does this thing really look like the picture I saw before?
I don't know. I was trying to find a black spear picture, and there weren't any good ones. So,
right. Well, based on that and your description, what I'm thinking of is it almost doesn't look like it even belongs. It looks more like a black 3.0 outline of something, or like a hole in reality.
it is dark enough that it kind of does look that way. Yes, but it feels very solid in your hand.
Wow, this thing is dark. It's not even affected by visible light. This surely belongs to Tamamnep.
And who is that?
Oh, I'm sure whatever. I'll say it again. Tamamnep is the unknown shadow, the gatekeeper of worlds, the god of the underworld, and the god of darkness. It is to him that we return when we die, and upon his forge we are purged of the wickedness in our life, and then return to this world to live a little better than we were before.
Yo, that is some deep shit.
V just looks to the spear and keeps staring for a moment. And it sounds like a little chuffed of hot air, and she just walks away.
Come on, Lady.
Weren't we bothered with trying to get out?
I think we just did.
Well, you look around and nothing seems to have changed. However, every time, now that the box is open and Yuna is holding the spear, you notice all the figures under the floor are no longer ignoring you. It's just like looking over a fishbowl when you've got food and all the fish are gathering where you are. Wherever he moves or she moves the spear, all the figures under there are clustered under there as if they're trying to get to it.
Yeah, Maria's gonna stay on the platform because that shit is freaky as fuck. Nope. I'm getting off that. Nope.
Yuna's gonna just test it by moving the spear in a semicircle over her head.
You watch them follow the tip of the spear. It's really creepy because there's so many of them and they're all trying to gather in that one spot.
Maybe these were souls who also tried to solve the puzzle, who wanted to pay a price for power, but they were found wanting.
Mountain starts counting.
Terps is gonna wander over and look at the spear and look at Yuna. Who the people here go to when they die, as opposed to the Earth Mother? And maybe you need to take that spear to send them there. Maybe are they trapped here?
That's a good point.
That'd be a lot of stabbing. Let me know if you want help.
Yeah, if those are, I don't know if those are souls or not, but if those are souls, then yeah, they don't deserve to be stuck here forever. All right, but first thing, let's see if this artifact will reveal anything about how to get out of here. I'd rather not try and break this clear floor and then cut us off from our exit. Yuna's gonna walk around the room, pointing the spear first at the... Oh wait, no, the statue's gone. She's gonna point it at each of the columns and the spaces between and see if anything changes.
The figures under the floor follow you like a bunch of frolicking puppies. Everywhere the spear goes, they follow. But you don't have any other effect in the room.
Maybe we have to release them before we're released.
Sounds about right.
Come to think of it, the light in this room, apart from ourselves, or like any light sources we have on us, where is that coming from?
You know, it's hard to say. It's just kind of lit somehow.
So looking around, we can't determine a point where the light would be brightest.
Yeah, it's a uniform light. In fact, you note that, like the pillars, there's no shadows. Under yourselves, there's no shadows. It's like the light's coming from everywhere at once.
Do the figures beneath us have shadows?
No, not that you can tell. Of course, it's hard to say if any light is, you know, shining through there that would have created shadows.
Alright. Everybody stand on the central point where the throne is, just in case. And once everybody is on the middle stone platform, she's gonna poke at the floor with the spear.
Pointy side?
Yeah, with the pointy side.
All right. You lean over, you take the spear, and you... How are you striking or just laying it on there? How are you doing this?
She's just right now. She's just poking it with the pointy end.
All right.
Just to see if that does anything.
It goes pink, pink, pink.
All right. She'll try poking it a little harder, putting some force into it.
All right. Do you want an attack roll?
Yeah. Why not?
+2.
Oh, that's so good.
That is good. Alright, you reach back and you slam it into the floor. And it goes... and big cracks crack all the way through the floor. And it's just like at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, when they open the Ark and there's the spirits flying all over the place. That's like this. They're like all over the room. And then they start to settle. And you see... the room kind of comes to life. Suddenly there's all sorts of color, and the light sources are revealed to be torches, and a figure sits in the throne and kind of gradually turns into a more solid figure, and all the other souls kind of start seating around and landing and becoming all solidified. And after a few seconds of this, suddenly it's like you've been transported back in time to a king's court, and the king is just sitting on the throne laughing. Thank God, at last we are free. And all the other people, the courtiers and the princesses and princes and all the people who were in this place when this terrible curse occurred. Right now you're in the throne room of a king from an ancient time, and he looks at you and laughs and says, "You have freed us at last. Thank you, sir. What happened to my statues?" And he's looking at the statues that were destroyed towards the stairs at the entrance.
Minotaur did that.
Oh, that cursed Minotaur. That doesn't surprise me. Those things were expensive. They were a gift from the Emperor of Sophania. Never mind. Thank you so much. You have finally released us from our torment.
Forgive me, sir. Is he wearing like a crown or anything?
Yep, he is a king. He's wearing a crown. He's got the purple cape thing on. He's got a big bushy beard. He's laughing and smiling, and all the people around him are just patting themselves and can't believe they're real again. And they're like, "Yeah, this is great."
Forgive me, Your Majesty, sir. A few seconds ago, we were in a very different place. We had no idea that breaking that floor would result in all of you being freed. So, please permit me to ask, where are we right now?
Well, you're in the kingdom of Mancia, of course. At least that's what it was called in our time. I have no idea how long we were trapped under there, so I don't know where you are now that you mention it. I wonder how long it was. What do you think? And one of the... You got the, clearly advisors are kind of talking amongst each other, and the one leans forward and says, Your Majesty, there's no way to know. We shall have to go out and see the stars and take readings, see what is going on.
Yes, about that. You see, we ended up in this place trying to escape ourselves, trying to return to the surface. We're currently underground, all of us. As far as I know, we still have yet to actually find an exit from this room.
Really? Why don't you just go through the doors? And he points towards the entrance where the broken things were, and there's doors now where there weren't doors before.
It just kind of goes, oh, thank fuck.
Yuna's gonna look around at the rest of the room, and she's gonna mention, we came in from that direction.
The king says, open the doors! And the couple guards towards the entrance reach up and grab the handles of it and yank it open, and sunlight pours in.
Yeah, Mountain would have been like, and why do you think that matters down here?
Yeah, fair point.
He looks out and says, we are not underground. My friends, whatever trials you went through, they appear to be over as well.
Good! I fucking hate puzzles. Mountain gets up and starts to walk outside.
Wait, we need to reward you. And he says, surely we have something. And the courtiers are like, well, it depends upon if the treasuries have been emptied in our absence, but we can find something, I'm sure. He says, hold a bit and we shall see. Or if you tell us where you live, we can have something sent to you. You certainly deserve something for freeing us.
You're welcome. Bruce kind of like goes from like still really pissed off and all, and just kind of like, wait, riches, glory, what?
People
Sire,
are scurrying off. There's now servants bringing out or rushing off to the sides and things, and they come back and they're like, we're gonna have to go hunting. There's no food right now. The king's like, oh, that's disappointing. I'm so hungry. All right, we're gonna have a grand hunting party. You all can join us if you like. It'll take a week. It'll be fantastic. We haven't done this in so long.
No.
Well, you don't have to, of course.
No, we have been down here for a while. At this point, I'm very much done with this. I would like to go back to the surface.
I think we is on the surface.
Then let us go. We can have everything sent to the mansion and be done with it then.
Where is your mansion? I'll have the rewards sent to you.
Sire, do you know of a town called Sunder in the southwest regions of the world?
I do not think I've heard that name. What do you all think? And the other people are whispering amongst themselves, and they're like, we've never heard of that, sire, but we will find it. It can't be that hard to find. We will find it, and we'll bring you your reward once we have it.
What about Rillen or Berhala?
They look at each other, like, no, those names are not familiar either. Apparently the world has changed much since our time.
Can V do any type of check to see, like if she recalls a name of Mancia?
You can do a history check. Why not?
Is the world that you hail from, Your Majesty, known as Henya?
+5 is a 16.
And a 24 for Elric. Wow. Well, you've heard of the Mind of Mencia, so, you know, there's that. But no, nothing in your travels so far in Henya has anyone mentioned anything like this kind of, by this name. No, never heard that name either. He looks at the people, they shake their heads. I don't know what that is. This world is called Anlanya. Much certainly has changed.
By your leave, Your Majesty, after everything we've been through to get to this point and free your people, we could definitely use some rest, some food and water, and your best and brightest scholars and cartographers to speak to at once.
Well, we don't have any food right now, but that's why we're going to go hunting. So come with us on our hunting trip, and I will provide you with everything you need. It'll just take a week.
I mean, if we want to get out and relax after being stuck in that frickin' hellhole...
I'm happy with being anywhere that isn't in a room that's a puzzle for any length of time.
Well, that certainly makes sense to me.
As everyone's talking and it's brought up about hunting, V had taken a moment of silence. The staff comes down sharply against the ground, and V looks up with that same anger and frustration as before when she was in the shouting match with the Minotaur. And for once, she is extremely blunt. The Victorian veneer is gone for that moment. And she just goes, I don't think you understand what I am saying. We have been stuck in the earth for what feels like days. We have now just brought up an ancient, possibly ancient, kingdom. And we want to go hunting. Hunting! She takes a second and holds up a hand to Yuna. I want to be back at the mansion so I can make you armor and weapons, and I can keep you safe so we don't have to constantly be fighting like this, because we are dreadful at this. And at the same point, you keep thinking that I am a child. I am trying my best to work with you. So please understand, I don't want to go hunting. I don't want to stay for treasures. I want us to go back and try to deal with this mayhem that we have already caused.
I don't think you're a child, for one thing, and I completely understand wanting to go back to a place that's familiar. And if I could just snap my fingers and do just that, then I would have already. But this is where we are for now, and until we can find out how to get back to Sunder, we just have to do the best that we can. And I think it would be good for all of us if Yuna's gonna gesture towards the sunlit-filled door. If we got some fresh air and took a breather for several hours. What do you say?
My breathing is my work. Don't you understand? I'm not in that same let us go dance in the daisies mood. I am a creator, and I haven't been able to do a thing.
Your Majesty, you may not have food and water right now, but surely you have learned people here, inventors, court mages, yes?
Well, I don't know who all has returned. It's going to take a while to have an inventory and see who else all here and who is not, and what supplies and whatnot we still have left. It's entirely possible, if this place has been sitting empty for millennia, that we've been wiped out of everything. But I'm sure we can find something. I'm sure there's someone here who can help. We have my esteemed advisors. Maybe they can help answer some questions. It depends on what you need.
Jim will try to think back to one of the previous rooms, specifically the one with the snow area. After they solved the puzzle and left, did the snow area stay there, or did it return to an empty Underdark room?
It returned to an empty Underdark room.
Jim's going to smile at one of the advisors and reach out to try and pat them on the shoulder to see if they're solid.
They seem very solid. He looks at you with an odd expression.
He just smiles and sort of walks away. He knows they're missing something. This isn't a castle. This is a room in an underground cave. What are they missing? What are they missing?
Terps will go walk out the door, and we'll find out. She'll go walk out the door.
V, let's get out of this room just to start with.
Terps walks outside.
Yes.
The entire room disappears, and suddenly you're standing in the middle of a cave. There's an entrance on one side where Terps is standing, and an exit on the other side. There's no sign of the statue or the people or marble or anything. It's just a cave in the Underdark.
Oh, Maria's just gonna kind of shrug and follow Terps.
Yuna still has the sphere.
Oh, so we're all here now?
Yeah, you're standing in the middle of a cave now. Terps is standing near the entrance of the cave. Everyone else is just kind of standing in the middle of it.
left, guys. It was just an illusion or
Thank God.
section, like Falling Mountain said.
Do a yeah, we'll just do a perception. Do a perception check.
Maria's just like, yo, Lady V, I'm sorry. That's my bad.
You're fairly certain it was Elric. You're fairly certain it was an actual real room with actual real people. Much like the mountain snowy area before, it appears to have been temporarily transported from wherever it was in the real cosmos to this spot, but it does not appear to have been an illusion. It appears to have been very real, just kind of much like you guys, sucked through time and space for a time being.
Hopefully they don't need the spear back.
Well, V, there's our path to the surface, so let's keep going.
V, even with Maria and Yuna talking to her, she's going to remain very quiet and just move.
Yeah, Maria's just gonna leave that well enough alone.
Alright, so it's 11:35. So we can call that done for tonight, if you would like.
I kind of want to go further.
Or we can keep going further, whatever you guys want.
I can go for a little bit more.
Yeah, me too.
It's no pressure. I just think it's kind of fun right now.
Indeed.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. So now you're back in the familiar confines of the caves. Possibly disappointing considering you were just looking at sunlight and grass a moment ago. You see Elric's scratches from where he was making the marks before, so you're able to retrace your steps, which is mostly straight lines anyway. Continue on for a while. Do you guys want to take a short rest at all, or are you just going to start walking?
Let's take a breather.
Alright. So, outside of the cave, just kind of sit down against the walls and rest, and you can hit the short rest thing in D&D Beyond if you'd like, and use some hit dice to heal up if you still need it.
Yeah, Mountain and Terps could use it, I imagine.
And then Yuna, are you going to kind of examine the spear as you're sitting there?
Yeah, she's first gonna cast Detect Magic as a ritual, and then she's gonna spend once she gleans all the info she can from Detect Magic, she's gonna spend the rest of the short rest in prayer, trying to commune with the staff or the spear.
Jim's going to use Arcane Recovery to get some spell slots back.
Oh, nice. So I knew there was someone who can get spell shots back in on a short rest.
She's gonna look at she's gonna hold out the spear and say, "Who are you? My new deity. Forgive me. That sounded more exclusive than I currently understand the gods. I may follow Uktuk most closely, but I revere all 5 of them."
Yuna?
What? Oh, the spear's talking to me.
Okay, Holmes. Whatever you say.
Weirder things happen after people die.
I mean, this seems about right for this place. This is some, like, yeah, like talking swords and shit. This is like next level fantasy, man. Oh, what are they?
Terps, Mountain, how you two doing?
It's a fresh breeze coming down the hall. Well, not that fresh, because you're still in a cave.
Well, it feels like we're close to the surface.
Yeah, it's not surface fresh. Maybe it's just an illusion because you were in that room so long that it feels like there's air moving now. Dun, dun, dun. Because you realize there's still 2 more rooms to get through before you get back to the Kobold Cave.
Maria just kind of flops back and groans as she remembers there's 2 more caves.
Maybe there's 5 more caves now. Do we even know? We don't even know.
Mountain. Why you gotta do me like that, bro?
We'll figure them out. Don't worry.
Maybe there's no more caves.
That'd be nice. Maybe the next cave is like one of those fancy Japanese spas kind of thing. Where it's just some hot tubs, fucking food. You know, everything's really nice, and then you just walk through the other side, and you're good. You're on the surface or something.
I would kill for some tempura shrimp right about now. Yes.
And I would kill for. And Maria just kind of sighs, like, "Oh man, my mom's salsa."
Have you poofed back yet? I can't remember.
Nope.
There's a little sigh, and he's just looking towards the exit of the cave, but just kind of standing off to the side.
Yeah, steak would be good. Mountain, do you guys have steak sauce in this world?
Maria looks possibly offended by this, but I don't know enough about Mexican food culture to know what kind of sauces they prefer on their steak.
Well, if they have any taste whatsoever, they won't have any sauce on their steak. Why would you ruin a good steak like that? Disgusting.
Well, I mean that too.
Yeah, I mean, and this is just because of where I live, so yeah, I've dealt with a lot of Mexican food. Usually with steaks, you're going to have, depending on how you cook the steak, it's either a green sauce, a red sauce, you're going to have like type of salsa, you're going to have a pico de gallo, especially if you're having steak tacos or any type of chopped steak. But if you're just having steak, then you're not going to really have any sauce unless you want to be using and use A1 or ketchup. There's options, let me tell you.
I'm sorry, did you just say ketchup and steak in the same sentence?
There are some people who prefer to have ketchup on a steak, especially if it's like a well-done steak or something.
Okay, so now you're claiming there's people who would actually destroy a steak by making it well done and then eating it with ketchup.
Yep, there is.
Those people deserve the death penalty.
I like well-done steak because I know how to cook them where they're actually tender and juicy and they're still done all the way through.
Yeah, like medium, well done. It still has that like nice juicy give and everything. That's like perfect steak for me.
I like
brown all the way through.
I no longer love any of you.
I like blue or rare.
Blue?
It's like basically cold in the middle.
I'm to think this topic of discourse was a mistake.
Steak.
So after some resting and healing up, continue along the hallways, twisting up, taking the turns that the scratches show, and soon, yet another room appears in the future.
He's not with us. He's over in my game. But anyway,
another room seems to be showing up in the distance. Each step you comes a little closer to it. You can see it widening out. What would you like to do?
Just walk straight in. Like, let's just get it over with.
Yeah, pretty much. Yuna, come on, let's go.